accomplishment for the amount of AP or AD that is required to do that, even at this point in the game.
And it looks like we're possibly going to be seeing a setup here for Baron with Ivern using the bushes to his advantage to sort of get the pit in a state of like not being able to be seen. Causing Tanuki having to come up so close here, getting Rakan caught out and blown up here. Curtain Call going to come down here. He's going for the Xayah. She's going to have to burn invulnerability. 2 members of Tanuki knocked up here. Xayah brought dangerously low. Camille going in after the Lee Sin and the Xayah here. She's going to go down to the Lee Sin again. Daisy going down. Poppy getting low. Ivern going in deep this time. And it looks like 4 members of Tanuki are going to be able to get out of here. Oh, Jin getting the Ahri from downtown with the bouncing grenade, I think?
That must have been. It took out both the Ahri and the Xayah. That was an incredibly potent last second. If I'm remembering correctly, the Ahri actually flashed backwards into base to try to get some distance from the Jin. I am assuming what he did was threw out the bouncing grenade, then it took a second to travel the distance that was covered during that flash, finished the Ahri, gained the damage from the other effect on it, and bounced to the Xayah, finishing her off as well.
And as that bouncing grenade kills more targets, the more damage it does.
Absolutely. It is so effective as a finisher item for minion waves, allowing him, with that slow attack speed, to get that minion pressure in the early game, which he, as you can see by his CS score of 209, the highest in game, has been doing very effectively.
Although I will say he has been slowing down, as he has not been CSing so much the farm, but more so the kills. Which is where we see these carries sort of start to drop off when they're not CSing as well.
Exactly. It seems that by deciding to go for this team-oriented thing, he is making the trade-off of less for sure gold going into his pockets because he's not sitting in those side lanes getting farm. However, if he consistently gets the kills, then it overall ends up being a good trade for him.
Absolutely. And it looks like, again, it looks like Camille going to try to split push that hit, and it looks like this time Legends are going to start that thing. So now they have to decide who to send, and it looks like they're just going to turn on him and then go in there. Poppy getting brought down to half health very quickly, though, although Shen's caught in the midst of it, going down to the 4th hit from the Jhin. Lee Sin also very low. Zyra dying to Baron, actually, and Jhin gets another kill here. Rakan bouncing over Jhin there, but he's going to be able to catch up, I think. Flash blown by Rakan, but here comes the curtain call, and it's going to catch him out.
2 shots later, and
Xayah's going to go down after trying to defend the base from the Camille.
This has been absolutely phenomenal macro play by the Legend 27, and they have been able to do so much.
Oh, ace scored by Camille right there, and it looks like that might be the end of the game with 10-second timers. Are they going to try to push it here? It looks like they are. With that Earth Drake that they did score earlier, these towers are going down fast. Shen is back up, though, and that's something to worry about right now. Poppy being at health. He flash taunts onto Jhin. He's going dangerously low. Lee Sin onto him. He goes down to the Dragon Kick, leaving no carries left. Nexus is cracked open, though, and they accomplish what they need to. Lee Sin is getting punched in the face right now, and Rakan and Xayah are back up. Poppy forced to flash out, but Rakan going to come on in and get her as well. I don't think she's going to be able to get out of here.
An overconfident overextension in that fight definitely costs. While they do have a lot of pressure in the lanes, they could have come back with a full group far sooner and finished this while the Team Tanuki was still on their back leg. It's little mistakes like this that can be capitalized off of and can honestly change the game in Tanuki's favor if they can just get that little bit of breathing.
However, the breathing room is not on because we got double super minions coming in often pretty soon here as 2 inhibitors are cracked open.
It is definitely looking very rough for Team Tanuki as they are on their back foot trying to just make sure that they are going to be able to keep this game going on, but with this Jhin as such a powerhouse pick, they're having a hard time getting through that front line and defense that is provided by Ivern and Poppy.
Also, what I said about Jhin and the lethality nerfs, I take back what I said. He is just able to shred through any member of Tanuki.
Yeah, one of Jin's specialties is that massive ability to stack straight AD and do so much damage because of it.
And it looks like they're going to be picking up a red buff, so he's doing that slow as well as that increased damage and that burn over time. Hoppy going to be securing the other red buff, it looks like, up top lane side. And then Tanuki going to be clearing out those super minions. And they got another wave coming in from top side there that they are pinging. But meanwhile, Legend 27 is looking to take the last turret on the map for Tanuki.
Tanuki is in a very rough spot as far as figuring out how to defend their base. Usually you want to play around your defensive structures, but with only one standing, and it being not a necessary one to destroy in order for the Legends 27 to win the game, they are in a pretty rough spot. Right now, they're honestly going to have to be using their tank Shen as their frontline asset in order to hold and be that defensive structure for the rest of their team, like the Xayah, who will hopefully be able to get that DPS off in the fight. Ahri, you just have to hope that she does not end up getting isolated or picked by any CC effects.
Absolutely.
And will be able to land that important charm on the Jhin when he comes up to try to deal some damage.
Meanwhile, Camille's trying to backdoor the base. Tower goes down. Camille's still going at it, I think, with the Tiamat over there. 4 members just going straight on the inhibitor. Lee Sin going in solo, going to get flourished and infinite comboed into a stun, unable to get anything out of it. 4 members still remaining on Tanuki. Oh, but he's got the GA. It's not going to be enough, though. Camille getting engaged on by the other 3 members as the others go to crack the base open. Double kill Camille. Jhin trying to get some stuff in with the curtain call, but it looks like that will be game 4. Tanuki wins the series for 3rd place, or not, excuse me, the Legends 27 win the series for 3rd place over Tanuki.
That was a very, very solid game by the Legend 27. They encompassed so many of the things that we had talked about previously during the other games about how they went about the victory. They took the early game this time, which set them ahead of Tanuki, something that Tanuki had excelled at in the past. They were able to grab those powerful, aggressive picks this time around, being able to use that Camille's low mana costs and high single target damage to outduel the Ahri, who had far higher mana costs but more wave-oriented abilities towards the early part of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. This was definitely a very exciting match here. Both teams always looking very close in the beginning, but in the end, the Legends 27 were able to run away with the game, except in Game 3, where we saw Tanuki trying to come back again for that reverse sweep, taking that early gain and then trying to come back with it. But even then, the Legends 27 were relentless in trying to catch up.
Yes, but again, the Legends 27 does still make these mistakes where they overextend. It's not massive, and it doesn't often cost them as much pressure as you see in bronze games, for example, but it does very frequently hurt their overall gameplay, especially when playing against teams as coordinated as Tanuki. When they overextended, they were able to get the first kill on the Jhin all game because he didn't have that defensive setup in front of him. And if they had made more mistakes like that earlier on in the game, that definitely could have had a massive impact on their ability to defend that Jhin against people such as that Lee Sin and Ahri.
Jhin looking like a very potential pick now for trying to get into this game as one of the top carries. All right, well, we're going to take a bit of a long break. We're going to go off for 45 minutes here for a break in between the 3rd place match, and now we're going to be moving on to the finals. Going to be a very exciting game here as we see Final Light Gaming square off against, who is it again? Be squaring off
against the MKE Kages.
Absolutely.
This is going to be a very tense match as both teams we have watched and both teams have had fantastic play on the map. It is going to be both of these excellent teams just trying to combat each other, not only in a PvP sense, but also making sure to stack the environment itself against their opponents, which is something both of these teams have absolutely excelled at.
All right, like I said, we're going on a 45-minute break here, and we will be back with the exciting finale to this spring tournament. See you soon.